Hello people of the YouTube world and all who are watching this. I am Mackenzie 901K, and in today's video we are going to be starting on some fall reads. So I do have quite this stack here for us to be reading today, but we're going to be doing some fun reading in today's video. I do have a few other fun things that we are going to be doing today as well, but we are going to be starting with some fun reading. So TBR wise for this video, you guys are in for a treat. We are doing some fun little books. The first book that we are going to be picking up is The Lord of the Rings. So this is Katie's book club pick. If you guys don't know Katie around here, Katie's bestie Katie aka Katie is reading here on YouTube. She has a Patreon. Patreon does monthly buddy reads. I'm a member of the Patreon. I do try to pop in and out of doing the buddy reads frequently. Sometimes I get to them, sometimes I don't, but we are going to try to make an effort to get to this one this month. So this is what we're starting off with. Katie is doing some sprints for this book, so that's what we're going to be doing, and I'm very excited for it. I love The Lord of the Rings so much. I've never read the books, but I have watched the movies, and the movies are phenomenal. And then we are going to be reading The Wicked Deep by Shay Earnshaw. This is a book about a town that is haunted by three sisters called the Swan Sisters. And every year, starting right as school goes out, it is swan season, which means these sisters pretty much come back and take over girls' bodies. How spooky, how fun, and perfect for the transitional period that we are currently in. And then we have Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver. This is the next book that we're going to be tackling. This is Elsie Silver's newest release in the Rose Hill series. We are following our main character, Skylar, and Skylar is a pop star. She needs to get away for a while, get away from her label. So Skylar heads out to Rose Hill. She ends up meeting West in a very interesting way. It's really interesting. And then the last book that we have is Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare. This is the first book in the Last Hour series, which is the series following The Infernal Devices, which I just wrapped up recently, and I was so in love with that series. So, you know, we already got to jump into The Last Hours to see what it's all about as well. So yeah, that is the books that we're reading in today's video. I'm very excited to jump right on into the video. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's jump right on in to the video.
So that is the end of the sprint.
Hello everyone. So I am coming at you all with the first update on the book that I am currently reading, which is The Wicked Deep. This book is about a girl named Penny. Actually, it's kind of more or less about this whole town, but Penny is our main character. Centuries ago, there were these witches that lived there, and they were killed because they were thought to be witches. So now every year around the beginning of summer, they take over other girls' bodies and seek out their revenge on guys, because the reason that they were thought to be witches is that they were kind of bewitching to these guys. They fell in love with guys. The people of this town thought that because this happened that they were witches. We are currently in modern day following Penny, and Penny has a few secrets of her own. Penny also, for the most part, just keeps to herself. She doesn't really socialize too much with people. She doesn't even really live like in the main part of town. She lives in an island, like an island off the main part of town. Her dad disappeared a few years ago, so she's just kind of like a keep to herself kind of person. And then enters our other character, and I believe love interest. His name is Bo, and Bo comes to help Penny because she had put up like a help wanted sign for work. So she put up this help wanted sign. He's seen it. He's like, okay, I'm gonna go help her. Yeah, so far I am enjoying this book. I think that this is a very quick read. It is very short. It's only 300-ish pages. It's a little bit over 300 pages. So far I am really enjoying it. I like our main character. She's very interesting, and the story I feel like is starting to pick up a little bit. We've already experienced kind of the witches coming back and things like that, so it's pretty interesting. I will say that I don't know how fully fleshed out this is going to be because it is pretty short. It is a standalone, but so far I am enjoying the fact that it is super duper fast paced. Like, we didn't get too much background. Like, the background that was given was really just straight to the point. We jumped into the story. We got our background about our main character. We got background about the town, the friends, all the things. And so I am really happy with that aspect, that it just like jumped right into it and it didn't really like take its time. So that part I'm really happy about. I'm glad this is a little bit of a faster paced story, and so far, I will say, so far so good. Plans for the rest of the day. I am hoping to finish this today. I think I can do it. I think I can get pretty much done with this today, which I am very happy about because I want to read some of the next book for the video, which is going to be Wild Eyes. So this book isn't really like, I don't think it's going to be a super duper fall-esque book. The cover is like an orangey, yellowy orangey color. This is also the Walmart book club edition. I did take the Walmart sticker off, but I got a cool art print, which is so cute. So I'm very excited to read this. This is the second book in the, I believe it's the Rose Hill series. Yeah, so this is Wild Eyes, and this is following our main character, Skylar. I don't really know too much about what this is about, but I do think that I'm very excited for this because Elsie Silver's books are always a good time, and for the most part they hit really well. So, and I haven't read a romance in a very long time. I'm very excited to jump into this. I am planning on jumping into this as soon as I finish this. Oh, you know what? I could also give an update that you guys seen me pick up the Fellowship as well. So I did pick up the Fellowship. I'm not too far into the Fellowship. I'm on page 31. So this is the Fellowship of the Ring, the first book in the Lord of the Rings books. If you guys don't know what this is about, this is following our group of characters, and pretty much there is this ring, and this ring can honestly just make a person go crazy. It's been a long time since I've watched the Lord of the Rings movies. I've never read the books before. I don't really remember too much, but we are following this journey of them trying to get rid of this ring. We start off the story with Biblio Baggins. So far, it's really just been introduction. There is some lore in the first part just about the hobbits and things like that. So there is some lore, and we're just kind of meeting some of the other hobbits and things like that. Nothing has happened yet, but I'm very excited to see Frodo, and I'm excited to see Gandalf, and I'm very excited to see the difference in this and the movie, because the movies are some of my favorite movies. I discovered the movies for the first time last year, and I haven't watched them since last year, but I am extremely excited to get into this as well. So yeah, I think that's all of the updates that I really have for you guys right now. And also, in case you were wondering where my bookmark came from, because I want to show you guys my bookmark as well, this is from Leora Eileen's shop. She has been one of my new favorite YouTubers as of recently. I've been watching a ton of her videos. So in case you're wondering where this cutie little bookmark come from, that is where it come from. Plans for this evening: I need to go to the library. I need to return some books. I don't really think I'm gonna have time to read any of the books that I have checked out, and some of the books that I have checked out I've already read, so I need to go return those. I also have a hold there that I need to cancel because I already went ahead and bought the book, so I need to cancel that as well. And then we may do some browsing in the library. I'm not 100% sure. There's nothing really on my radar like that I need right now, and I will still have 2 books checked out from the library. We're just gonna have a nice little cozy night, you know. We're gonna go do some just fun little fall activities that we can do right now with it being 80 degrees outside. Even though technically I know like the fall season isn't here yet, when the start of September happens, it is fall. Like, September is a fall month. That's what we're gonna do tonight. I have been rambling for way too long in this update. I'm gonna go get ready, and then I'm going to head to the library. Hello everybody. So it is a little bit later. I did want to give you an update on a couple of different things. So the first thing that you guys seen me do was you guys seen me go to the library. So I picked up 2 books, and I'm getting ready to show you guys what those are. So the first book that I picked up is Small Spaces by Catherine Arden. I'm also tentatively planning on filming like a reading spooky books for a week video. I don't think that video will be out for a little bit, but I am tentatively planning on filming that. So when that does come out, I am hoping to include this book. So hopefully you guys will get to see my thoughts on this coming soon. Then the next book that I picked up is Hurricane Wars. So all that I really know about this book is that it's a enemies to lovers fantasy, which is always super duper fun. I've been intrigued by this book a couple of different times now, and it says perfect for fans of Sarah J. Maas and R.F. Kuang. Interesting. I don't really know anything other than that. I wanted to just see what it was about and read some fantasy romance, because you can never get enough of the fantasy romance in this house. Those were the 2 books that I ended up picking up. So I do now want to give an update on the Wicked Deep. So I did actually end up finishing the Wicked Deep. I just finished it not too long ago. I think that this book was perfectly paced. I think that we got enough to get in. The ASMR drinking sounds. So I think this book's pacing was perfect. For it to be 300 pages, we got in, we got the story, and we got out. I was a little bit worried with the pacing just because this is a 300-page fantasy book. That's kind of unheard of. So overall, I really enjoyed this book. This book is such an interesting book. I do think that it was basic though for the most part. There wasn't nothing like super duper eye-catching. It just felt really throughout, like overall, it just felt like a basic book. The characters felt really basic. I really liked our main character. I think that she was very interesting, and it was a very different circumstance with her. So that overall was interesting. The plot twist at the end, towards the end of the book, I did not see the plot twist coming. I don't know why, because looking back on it now, the plot twist is what makes sense. And if you read the book, you'll understand what I'm talking about. But the plot twist is what makes the most sense for the circumstance. This book, I do want to preface, is not a 5-star read. It did not give me that 5-star feeling. However, I will say that it was really good. I do want to go back at some point and pick it up. I think that's pretty much how I'm going to sum up how I feel about this book, because it wasn't anything special. It had an interesting plot. It caught me off guard with the plot twist, and I was invested with the characters. And in the end, I found myself caring about what was going to happen to these characters. Anytime I read a book like that, I'm gonna call it a win. It gave that eerie, witchy vibe without being like too scary. It gave that perfect, even though it takes place in June, the vibes of it gave that perfect summerween almost time. It was rainy. I just don't really have anything bad to say about this book other than it wasn't a 5-star. It just didn't give me that 5-star feeling, and that's all I'm gonna say. So now we're gonna be moving on to the next book, which is going to be Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver. I don't really know how far I am planning on getting into this tonight. I'm hoping to get maybe halfway. How many pages is this? Oh my god, it's 400 pages. That means I have to read 200 pages tonight. I don't know if that's gonna happen. We will see, because I still want to try to read another book in this video as well, but for right now we're gonna read Wild Eyes. I'm very excited for this book. It's been a long time since I've read anything strictly romance, so I'm excited. Is this gonna give fall vibes? Probably not. But again, this is like starting fall reading. So we're in a very transitional period right now. So I don't want to like fully like bundle up, get under like 50 blankets and with like a hot chocolate and read all day. We're not there yet, but we're getting there. I thought that this would be another perfect transitional book. So this is what we're going to read tonight. I'm very excited to be using the fan art. Fan art? Is that what they're calling it on here? I'm very excited to be using this illustration as a bookmark, because I really, when it comes to romance books, I just never picture characters really ever, but this is definitely gonna help. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get started on Wild Eyes. I don't think I'll update any more tonight, and I will see you all in the morning. hope that the lighting isn't super duper wonky, but my hair might just be a little bit wonky. Hello guys, so it is the next evening and I wanted to give you all an update on Wild Love and an update on Chain of Gold. I am listening to it via audio, but let's do a Wild Eyes update first. So I switched over to my Kindle because you can get this book on Kindle Unlimited. So I just thought that would be a little bit more comfortable to read it on Kindle Unlimited. So we did switch over. I'm currently on chapter 22 and I am 54% of the way through the book. So I am over halfway through this book. So I'm hoping to finish this up tonight. Thoughts so far, I can see why a lot of people will not like this book. So in this you are following our two main characters, Skylar and West. Skylar is this pop star who decides that she needs to get away from the pop star life, so she goes to Rose Hill. And in the first book, our main character Rosie is helping with Rose Hill Records. I won't really get super duper into detail about that. You'll have to read the first book in the series in order to understand that. So she's there, and then West and Rosie are actually brother and sister. So West is neighbors to the Rose Hill Records place. Rose Hill Records is not done. They're not fully finished with the renovations. So Skylar has to pretty much find somewhere else to stay. And Rosie remembers that on the property where West lives, that was their old family property, that they have bunkhouses and that these bunkhouses will work. And she meets Weston. The way she meets West was crazy. The story just kind of unfolds from there. Immediately you can see an attraction between these two. It kind of does feel insta-lovey. I don't think that the insta-loviness is overbearing or taking away from the story, because while you can see pretty much from chapter 1 that they do have a little bit of chemistry, that's not deterring from the book at all. So far so good. I'm really enjoying this book. I definitely think it'll be a 4-star and above. I really love both of our main characters. I love both of the children in this. Sometimes I get a little bit worried when there's children in books because I'm worried that they will be annoying and things like that, which one of the children definitely can be perceived as annoying, but overall I really like both of them. This series is coming together very similarly to the Chestnut Springs series, which makes sense because this is almost like a sister series to the Chestnut Springs series. So overall, I'm really happy with it. Elsie Silver books always hit for the most part. I've never really had a complaint about any of Elsie Silver's books. Yeah, that's Wild Love. That's what I am going to be picking back up tonight. And then we also have Chain of Gold. So I started listening to the audiobook of Chain of Gold. So I'm currently on chapter 3. At the very end of chapter 3, I have 11 hours left in this audiobook. So far, so good as well with this one. In this, you are following the main characters of the Infernal Devices, their kids. So we are following Cordelia, Lucy, James. There's other kids too that I just can't think of the names. And we are following them. Pretty much what's went down is so far we've gotten introduced to all of our characters. There's a very big group of characters in this book series. And we've learned who Parabatai are. We've learned pretty much the whole gist of each character. And then we have I've started getting into the plot. From what I can kind of see where the plot's gonna go is we have Lucy and Cordelia, which are getting ready to be training to be parabatai. They've reconnected. There's been this ball. I have seen where some romances may potentially be brewing. I don't know where exactly this story is gonna go, but I am very intrigued by it, so we will just kind of see. If you guys have never read the Shadowhunters though, I will say definitely read this series, but start with the Infernal Devices, putting that out there now. Read the Infernal Device series first and then go into the Last Hours because they are so good. Plans for tonight, I'm going to be trying to finish Wild Eyes, and then tomorrow I'm hoping to pick up some more of Chain of Gold. I don't know how far I'm gonna get with Chain of Gold just because I don't really want to continue this vlog through too many more days. I don't really know what exactly we're gonna get into tomorrow. I'm gonna jump into Wild Eyes and I will see you all tomorrow. Hello guys, so it is the next day. Before we get into the book update, I do have a little bit of a book haul, so let's go ahead and let's get into that. First book that I have is the Kingmaker series. This is year 1 by Sophie Lark. This is like a mafia university. I've never read a mafia romance before. I don't know if they're going to be my vibe, but I did want to give it a try, and plus this one's set at like a school. I thought that could be fun, but I did want to at least try one of Sophie Lark's books. I was intrigued by it. And then I also have a couple Fairy Loot special editions that I want to show you guys. So the first Fairy Loot special edition that I want to show you is Bonded by Thorns. I don't know which month this was for. I'm assuming August, but I could be wrong. This book is so pretty, and then this is what the back looks like. There's a little window and it's got a little bit of a different texture, and then the sprayed edges look like this. On the inside we have what I'm assuming is going to be one of our male main characters. In the back we also have another male main character, so I don't really know if this is going to be like a love triangle situation or what exactly this entails. And then the under the dust jacket looks like this. It's really pretty. The reverse dust jacket looks like this. How pretty. Then we have When the Moon Hatched. This again is a Fairy Loot special edition of When the Moon Hatched. I have not read When the Moon Hatched, but I did purchase this because I just feel like I'm gonna like it, or at least I hope I'm gonna like it. So this is what the front of the book looks like. This is holographic, and then the side, again, the font is holographic, or the text is holographic, and then this is what the back looks like. It's really pretty. And then the spine detailing I'm obsessed with. I love the dragon. The underneath looks like this. It is embossed with the holographic look. I believe this is holographic. And then this is what the back looks like. And then we do have some in-page art. This is what the first set of in-page art looks like. I believe that this is our male and female main characters. And then the back looks like this, which the back is my favorite. So yeah, I did get both of these, like I said, from Fairy Loot. So I also did end up finishing Wild Eyes. This book I really did enjoy. Elsie Silver books really never miss for me, and these characters are probably some of my favorites. I really loved Skylar and West. Don't get me wrong, it definitely felt like a traditional Elsie Silver book, but it also felt like it was new and fresh. I guess it's because this one was about a pop star and a cowboy. It was very different from what I generally go to Elsie Silver. That really doesn't make any sense because this book, I mean, this book really was like all of her other ones, but the characters just felt different and fresh. I think I'm gonna end up giving this book like a 4.25. I really liked it, and it was a very good time. And I cannot wait to read the next book in the series, which I forgot what the name of it was. But I am very excited for it because I feel like we got a good introduction to who the next book is going to be about. So yeah, overall, I just really liked it. In the Rose Hill series though, this one's by far my favorite. So I do now have a book update on Chain of Gold. Currently on chapter 3. That is kind of where I'm going to be stopping with this book, just because I've realized that with this book in specific, I don't really want to fly through it because I do kind of want to take my time with this series. I just really want to savor it. So I am deciding to put this book on hold for now. I mean, this may pop back up in other videos, but for right now, I am deciding to put this on hold for just a little bit because there are other book videos that I need to film, and I may be reading this in the background of those, so hopefully I will get to it as soon as I can. But with that being said though, I am gonna go ahead and wrap up this video here, and I did want to talk about just briefly again the other two books that we read in this video. The first one being The Wicked Deep by Shay Earnshaw. I really enjoyed this book as well. This book was a perfect end of summer going into fall read. If you are looking for a book to kind of be in that transitional period, I'm trying to this year not rush with fall stuff like I am. Don't get me wrong, I am very excited for fall, but I feel like every year I don't really appreciate the transitional period and I just kind of like wish it away. So this book definitely, I feel like, helped me really just kind of romanticizing that in between period where we still got a spooky aspect, but it was in a much warmer environment and there wasn't like fall imagery. It was definitely more of a warmer climate. I'm still blown away by the plot twist. I feel like in books I never really see the plot twists coming, but you know, it is what it is. I had a good time with it. I definitely think that I am very excited to read some more of Shay Earnshaw's work, specifically Long Live the Pumpkin Queen. I am very excited to get into that one, but yeah, I had a really good time with this one. And then we also read a little bit of The Fellowship in this video. Not too much. I am so obsessed with The Lord of the Rings and I'm very excited to see what the original source material is like. With that being said, that is it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please give a big thumbs up if you did. Helps out the channel, makes my heart smile. You know how it be around here. Also, comment down below what your beginning of fall reading is going to be looking like. Let me know what books you're reading right now to embrace this transitional period. Let a girl know. Do subscribe to my channel. I do have some fun fall content planned that will be coming soon. I am kind of in a bit of a reading, I wouldn't say a slump, I always call it a funk because it's not like I'm not wanting to read, I am, but it's the getting into the reading part here lately has been so hard for me. And thank you guys for almost 700 subscribers. That's crazy because it was literally just like 2 or 3 videos ago we hit 600 and now we're at 700, which is wild, and I'm so appreciative of you all. Thank you guys so much for supporting my channel. It means so much to me. My goal is to hit 1,000 by the end of the year, and I think we are definitely on track to do that. So you guys never fail to amaze me with the love and support you all give. If you guys want to stick around for a while, be sure to tap that subscribe button and that post notification bell. We do try to upload around here every Sunday and Thursday at 6 p.m. EST. That does not always happen, so that post notification bell is very beneficial. You guys will be notified right when I upload a video, and you guys will be one of the first ones to come and join and see what I'm up to either day. Now that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.